Teacher Prix, I'm very busy. Can busy people achieve English fluency? And if it's possible, how? How can busy people achieve English fluency if they don't have much time to study English? Well, these are some questions I'm going to answer in this English lesson, so make sure to stay with me until the end. If you don't know me very well, hello, I'm Teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Consider subscribing to the channel, yes, somewhere here below, because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you on your journey to fluency. So I truly appreciate you being part of this community. Smash that like button if you're already subscribed. But here we go. Guys, the short answer is yes. Don't go. I will give you some interesting tips, some interesting pieces of advice. But the truth is, the first question you need to ask yourself is, do you believe it? Do you believe it is possible? Do you believe you can achieve English fluency despite your busy life? So that is an important question you need to answer, because whatever the mind believes, it becomes a reality. Oh, Priscilla, I believe I'll be a millionaire. You need actions, okay? There are other elements involved. But typically, what you believe with a strong emotion, that's key. If you believe in something and you have a strong emotional reaction, chances are that thing is going to become a reality in your life, okay? And I am talking about realistic things, things that are possible to humans, okay? And this is a very important point. Maybe right now you don't believe. And if your belief system says it's not possible, Priscilla, you have too much on your plate, it is impossible to be fluent right now, then you will have a very difficult time achieving your goals, not only in English, but in life. So it's important to change your belief system. That is key. Even if you're busy, don't worry, I will give you some strategies. Because you could be wondering, okay, Priscilla, I joined this lesson because I'm busy, and now you're saying I have to change my mind. How do I change my belief system? Well, the first thing you can do is change your internal language. So if you keep repeating to yourself, it's impossible, I'm too busy, I'm too busy, I'm too busy, that's the message you're sending to the world, okay? And in return, that's what is going to come back to you. I'm not saying that you can start lying, oh, I have plenty of time, but try not to be so vocal about this. I never have time, I never have time, I never have time. You are already determining that you never have time. So change the internal language you use. I do the best with the time I have. That's much better. I do the best with the time I have. Instead of saying, I never study English because I can't, it's impossible. I do the best with the time I have. There will be other important changes you need to make, but this is the first one. And in addition to that, I want you to surround yourself with people that can inspire you to make a change. Because you're not the only busy person in the world. There are busy people everywhere. And these people are overcoming huge challenges and problems in their lives, despite the fact they're very busy. So why not get inspired by their actions? Why not get inspired by the changes they're going through? Maybe you don't know this, I didn't share this, but I have to move out of this apartment in a few weeks. It was a last minute thing. Okay, I wasn't counting on this. I didn't want to move out, but I will. And on top of that, I have my work. I have my workshop that is happening right now. I have to study. I have to start packing. My house is full of boxes. My apartment is full of boxes everywhere. And despite the fact that I am extremely busy right now, I didn't cancel my workshop. I didn't cancel my lessons. I'm still here on YouTube doing the work because it is what it is. And I'm not saying this to inspire you. Oh, Priscilla is so great, so perfect. No, far from that. But I like to be inspired by people on social media, nice influencers and coaches that have very busy lives and still achieve greatness in everything they set out to do. So this is something that will help you change your belief system, okay? Now, guys, that being said, another important element you need to understand, yes, it is possible to achieve English fluency even though you're very busy. And I believe when you say you're very busy. I have had students in my academy who had children and a job. They had to juggle, being parents and working. Some people were preparing for certifications, PhD, doctors, nurses, teachers. So I get it. Maybe I believe you're very busy. But here's the thing you need to understand. Do you have a strong why? Because a strong why moves mountains, okay? Not literally, figuratively, okay? It moves mountains, okay? When you truly have a purpose, when you truly have a why, you get things done no matter what. You go and you go after the things you desire because you have a strong reason. What is your strong reason? And if you come to me and you say, I just want to understand some movies. Are you passionate about movies? Is that something that gets you motivated enough to spend time studying? And this is a question you need to answer. I can't answer that question for you. So can busy people achieve English fluency? Yes. But do you have a strong why? Do you have a strong reason why you get home at night tired and you open the book to study and you watch a video to study? Do you have a strong reason? Because the moment you find that reason, the moment you find that strong why, it'll be easier to keep up with a plan, to keep on studying, to get work done. So it is possible to achieve English fluency as a busy person, but this is a question that you have to answer, and you have to answer very honestly, because if you don't have really any goal or anything you see like really specific, even if you say, oh, but I want English for a better job, but you're not moving in that direction. You're not chasing anything new. You're not chasing a new job. You're just thinking, well, maybe one day I'll have a better job if I have a better English. So if you don't have anything more concrete, it'll be difficult to study as a busy person because life will get in the way. Your feeling of tiredness will get in the way. Procrastination will get in the way because busy people procrastinate too. With the little time they have, busy people will procrastinate because they're exhausted physically and emotionally. And unless you have a strong why, nothing is going to change. And another point here. Are you organized? That's a very important question. Priscilla, I am busy. And to top things off, I am extremely disorganized. Can I still be fluent? You will have a hard time. Being very transparent here. If you're disorganized and busy, it'll be very difficult for you to achieve English fluency because fluency requires organization. Improving requires organization. Even if you're not busy, let's say you're not busy at all, you're just watching this video out of curiosity or to support the channel, thank you very much. You're not busy. If you're not busy and disorganized, you're not going to get better. If you're busy and disorganized, you're not going to get better. In life, we need organization. We need to plan things carefully and wisely if we want to see results, if we want to see transformation, if we want to see change. So busy people must be even more organized than ordinary people that have more time. You don't have too much time available, so you need to think carefully and wisely and not waste more time. The little time you have, don't waste it. This is the tricky part here. You need to make smart decisions with the little time you have. Smart decision, guys. Smart decisions. This is a key element in this video, okay? If you don't remember anything after this video is over, remember this. Smart decisions. If you don't make smart decisions with the little time you have, things will get very complicated. And as a result, you will most likely lose motivation and stop for a long time. Maybe you will stop for 2 months, then come back, then stop, then come back, because you keep making poor decisions. That being said, before I give you some tips on what to do, make sure to share this video with someone. I know that there are many people here who watch my lessons who don't share, are not subscribed, so you are invited. That really helps the channel, okay? Now let's keep going. That being said, okay, Priscilla, so you say you believe fluent people, busy people can be fluent. All right, what do I do? How do I do it? Busy people need more preparation. They require more structure because their day is already too busy. So if that is you, if you're that person that you have your schedule filled with appointments and meetings and things you have to do and places you have to be, you need even more preparation than a regular person that has more time available compared to you. So the first thing I would recommend getting, and it depends on what kind of person you are, but I am in favor of the good old notebook. I don't have time for a notebook. Well, let's take one step at a time. One step at a time. Get yourself a notebook and plan your practice of the week. Maybe on Sunday. Sunday is typically a calmer day. That's when you have to plan. You will need to plan in advance before you study. That even people who are not busy, you should be doing that, okay? And not just getting up one morning like, oh, what am I going to study today? I have no idea. Okay, let's find something on YouTube. And then you waste 10, 15 minutes, 16 minutes. So it's a good idea to plan. You don't need to plan 100% of everything you're going to do, but you need to have an idea of what activities you intend to do for that week. It doesn't have to be 100%, but you need to have an idea, a direction, okay? Oh, I will study English. That's very open. That's very general. What are you going to study? And I think it would be nice to write down what you're going to do for the week. Oh, okay, I'm going to study Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, what am I going to do on Monday? What do I want to do? Do I want to work more on vocabulary, on speaking, writing, and listening? What am I going to do? Okay, write that. Take some notes. If you don't like the notebook option, then you can use your cell phone. You can, use notes from your phone. You can use a Word file, on your computer. Whatever floats your boat, okay? At the end of the day, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I prefer writing because it activates my memory. It improves my memory. But you do you, okay? So at the beginning of the week, you will need to plan in advance. You don't need to plan to perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Only God is perfect. You just need to plan so that you have an idea, so that you're not completely lost with the little time you have to study. And I see this happening so much. Students completely lost and with very little time. And then they have 20 minutes. They spend 10 minutes scrolling. I don't know. And then when they realize time's up, they have to get back to work. They have to take care of their children. They have to get dinner ready. And life is chaotic and busy. So watch out for that. You're going to study minimum 3 times a week. Oh, Priscilla, I only have 2 days. Okay, so 2 days a week. I like to say 3 times a week. That's a very good frequency. Students who join my academy, that's the minimum recommendation I give for my students in my academy. I have had many busy people join my program. Doctors, nurses, engineers, architects, politicians, missionaries. I know many people who have different lifestyles. So a minimum of 3 times a week, 45 minutes minimum. If you can do more, then you do more. If you can't do more, then don't do more. You're busy. You have to be realistic with your planning. So twice, 2 times to 3 times, that would be the bare minimum. And I repeat, that's the bare minimum, okay? Depending on your level. In a more advanced level that requires more management, I would understand a person is studying less, but even then, okay, if you want to keep on growing, you have to keep on studying. So 45 minutes bare minimum, and during each session, you're going to integrate 2 skills. You need to be smart, okay? This is what I teach inside my academy. This is what I teach in my study plan. I will talk about it very soon. So you will have to combine. You have to be strategic with the practices you follow. So maybe on one day you can practice grammar and writing. On another day you can practice vocabulary again and speaking. You can connect these skills. On another day you can work on listening and reading. You can read about a subject and listen about a similar subject. And even include writing if you have a little bit of time, because writing and speaking are honestly skills that you should always include in your practice, regardless if it's writing day or not. So this is the kind of mindset that you need to develop. I'm going to study about 3 times a week, 45 minutes. And while I'm at it, I'm going to add 2 skills, minimum 2 skills maybe 3 skills. That would be nice. This is reading day, so I'm gonna use a little bit of writing and a little bit of speaking. Today's listening. I'm gonna work on listening and vocabulary. I'm really gonna, dig deep into the vocabulary part of this listening practice. So this is the mindset that you need to have as someone who studies alone. Following a plan is mandatory because the recommendation I gave you before will require planning. Planning requires time. You don't have much time. So what would be a better option? To get a plan that is ready, to get a plan that will teach you how to organize everything. That's what I teach with my study plan. I teach people how to use the internet in their favor and organize their study routine and keep on using this organization style over and over and over, and only change the subjects and the lessons. That's what I teach in my study plan. There are many strategies in this study plan. The link is in the bio, okay, in the description of this video. Make sure to get it. I know you will benefit a lot from having this study plan with you, especially if you are a busy bee, okay? So you need a plan, and be very careful with ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT. I like ChatGPT. I think it is a tool. But as you're not a professional, you're not an English teacher, you don't have a professional background, asking ChatGPT to plan the routine for you will be a dangerous move because you're not a professional in the field. You don't know exactly if that is going to be challenging enough for you. And I have been testing ChatGPT for almost a year, changing prompts, changing commands, and I have found so many flaws because I feel that ChatGPT is the new Wikipedia, is the new Google, okay? You may get wonderful results and you may get really bad results. So because you don't have the expertise, the experience, you may get suggestions that will not benefit your journey to fluency. Okay, so that is essential. Well, the sources you're going to use, you have to use the free sources available. So on reading day, you will have to find a source on Google, something to read, something to listen. I teach this in my study plan. If you don't want to get my study plan, no problems. I also teach this here on my channel. I have many videos where I talk about different topics connected to planning. So Google can be a good tool. You will have to make decisions by yourself. That takes a little bit of time. Getting my study plan would be a plus, but it's not mandatory. You can do this alone. That's why I mentioned you need planning in advance, because you will need to choose one grammar lesson, something to read, something to listen, and then get to work. And if these two things happen on the same day, you may not have enough time to study, which is the thing that is going to help you change and improve and achieve English fluency. Include passive practice. Now, if you don't know me so well, I'm always a huge advocate of active practice. Now, I have nothing against passive practice. On the contrary, I have passive practice moments when I'm just receiving information, I'm not really studying and interacting. But what I want you to do, especially at your lunch breaks, I imagine you have at least 20 minutes to have lunch. Okay, minimum 10, 15 minutes. I don't know how many people I am talking to, how many people I'm reaching, but I imagine you have at least 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to grab a sandwich and sit down for a moment, okay? In a realistic life, in a decent life, that's what people usually have. So during these times of breaks, when you stop for a 20-minute break, or the kids are in the shower and dinner is almost ready and you have this time available, why not include a little review? Why not include a short listening practice? And then you would use your phone. I don't want you to go to your, I really am in favor of having a study place, a proper environment, but these are the passive practice moments that you can include. So maybe at lunch break, you can include like a 5-minute practice on pronunciation. Maybe you can review some words you studied the day before or on that day. So just to refresh your mind and bring English back. That's a very useful tool, but that's not what is going to change your game, okay? This is just a plus, something you can add, but it's not the key. The key is how often you study. That's what is going to change the game for you, I'm afraid. And track your consistency level. I have an app in my phone. I don't have many apps, like, besides the typical usual apps. It's called I don't know if I can see it. I don't think I can show you. It's Habit. The name of the app is Habit, okay? And you can download any app, quite honestly, any habit tracker. And I wanted to start tracking your consistency level, because busy people, they tend to feel like they do the work for a week and then they lose motivation. They stop. Then they go back and then they stop. And when you ask them if they are improving their English, they tell you no. No, it doesn't work. Everything I do doesn't work. But when I ask them in detail, okay, but were you consistent? How many times did you study? How often did you study? They don't know how to answer. So if you're alone and you're busy, you need to make sure that you're doing your best. Can you do your best and really use the little time you have to study? And how do you know? How do you hold yourself accountable? Well, you track. So let's say you have 30 days. Let's do this challenge. Set a habit tracker for the next 30 days and see how consistent you are. And pay attention to these small changes you're going to notice in your English, because you will. But the key is, in the long run, the more consistent you are, in the long run, the more improvements you're going to notice. So during those 30 days, 4 weeks, did you study 3 times a week? That would be studying 12 days in total. That's not a lot, but that's better than nothing. Consistently. It's better than studying 5 days 1 week, and then only studying again the next month. That doesn't work. So this is also important, holding yourself accountable. And busy people need to do that. Remembering the strong why, because if you don't have a strong reason, a strong idea of what you should do and why you should dedicate the little time you have, which I understand, nothing is going to change. So I believe you can achieve English fluency as busy people. I help many students who are busy in my academy, and I know that if you follow the right structure, if you follow a routine that is more consistent, even with little time, you will be able to achieve great results. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!